So, yesterday was the September Board County Commissioner meeting for Pasquotank County. I attended. The full meeting was about an hour. I may upload the full meeting at a later time, maybe later today. It was mostly discussing the census, but, you know, I love the public comments. I love to comment on things. And so before I spoke, there was an extremely, there was an extremely bizarre interaction. And so I wanted to, this is a highlight, basically. This is a highlight reel of the hour-long county commissioner meeting where this fella, who is on the freeze frame here, spoke and mentioned how moving the Confederate statue is actually succumbing to bullies because facts and logic. And then I got up and spoke. I had a little bit of a moment. And then this guy tried to have a conversation with me in the hallway. And this is it's just a really good highlight reel. So I wanted to play this. I am minding myself for content. Let's watch. Obviously the audio could be better, but I was across the room.
I don't hunt, I don't have a dog, but I think if somebody's got private property, people own the property should have the right to say if dogs can come on their property. The other thing, this afternoon, I went to the 4 o'clock meeting, and I didn't realize there was so much county business done without the input of people of the county. The advisory committee that was formed today, it might work, but I doubt it. I realize you can't have a perfect committee.
So for what this person is talking about, they're referencing there was a 4 p.m. county meeting that I did not attend because I'm going to be honest, I forgot. And so it was about the police review board and actions to provide some accountability to police. Now, personally, I think it's a big crock of shit. I don't think anything's going to happen from it, but okay, so that's what they're referencing here.
It's just like if you had a thing, and this was a stupid illustration, if you had 45 people on a committee, you had 25 that believed in God and 15 that didn't, if you had it the other way, God wouldn't have a chance.
What?
I think it's going to lead to making our police force, the sheriff department, police force weaker.
Good.
So, one of my things that I do during these county commissioner meetings is I heckle. I'm a heckler. You know, if you can't handle heckling, you shouldn't be public speaking. That's my opinion. When you are speaking in public, the whole reason why you're afraid of public speaking, the whole reason why people are afraid of public speaking is because they might get heckled. And that's a good fear to have. And so, in my opinion, you should not be speaking publicly, saying stupid shit, if you do not want to be heckled. That's my opinion. You can't hear the stupid... Yeah, this guy speaks with marbles in his mouth. I'm trying to raise the volume. But basically what he is saying here is that if you've got 15 people on a board that like God and 20 that don't like God, God doesn't have a chance. And that's going to make our police weaker.
Who's on there if you put 20 blacks, 20 whites, you're still going to come up with the same thing. It all comes down to whether you're liberal or conservative.
So he also says that 20 blacks and 20 whites. Basically, the implication is that all black people are liberal and all white people are conservative. What? I mean, it's bizarre, right? This guy is up here spinning yarns. It's just really fucking crazy shit.
What?
Most liberals do not support the police department in any way. Most conservatives...
So this guy said most liberals do not support the police department. Most conservatives do. And then, again, other people also heckled him. I just want to be very clear. I'm not the only one heckling. Just listen.
do. Either way, you're going to have a cry or foul. And also on the statues, I remember the night they approved having the statues moved, and our county manager Hammond, and I liked it. He said one of the reasons we should move it, because if we don't, we'd have ballots and things would be destroyed. You'll give it, when you do that, you give it in the woods. I don't like that.
So you can hear someone in the background. Now, again, for those of you that don't know, they voted to remove the statue in July of 2020. So, in between July of 2020 and now, has the statue been vandalized? No. Has anything been broken in the city? No. Has there been any violence against anyone in the city? Yes! And that's been conservatives attacking protesters. So this guy is living in a fantasy world, and I'm going to be honest, I was very upset by that.
That hasn't happened.
This guy lives in a fantasy world?
We're giving in the bullets.
Take your medication, Gramps.
So again, I'm heckling him. And my heckling, I guess, was so disrespectful that the actual county commissioners told me that I was being disrespectful and they shushed me. So this part's really good.
We're giving in the bullets.
Take your medication, Gramps.
Yes, is really disrespectful.
Just give him an opportunity to speak. We've got some people coming up to speak to, so let's let him do that. All right, finish.
Little snowflake bastards. Alright, folks, now this is where I get in. I'm going in. Pav, you're about to go in. That's me. That's my Pav.
So, yeah, there's a lot going on here. So, I heard earlier that a child died of corona.
So, earlier they did, in the 4 p.m. meeting, I had someone that attended that told me some things. In the 4 p.m. meeting, County Commissioner Jonathan Meads, this guy, said that wearing masks is actually what's causing children to get diseases. When presented with the information that a child died of coronavirus because they're not shutting down the schools, right? So I decided I was about to go in. I just like, this is just so, I mean, I don't know.
Coronavirus. And yet, I'm standing here now, looking at a room full of grown adults who do not have masks on. What's going on there? Kids are dying. Meanwhile, we've got this guy going on Facebook talking about critical race theory is a huge threat. Masks are the reason why kids are dying.
This guy's entire Facebook feed is like far right wing, like memes. Like if you go to his Facebook page, it'll be, he like retweets or reposts, whatever the Facebook equivalent. He reposts PragerU videos. This guy reposts PragerU videos. He talks about like how critical race theory is a threat to America and it's going to kill our children. He talks about how he posts vaccine studies that say vaccines are ineffective. The guy's a total fucking goofball. And so I called him out personally, and I just love his reaction. He was really just trying hard not to even acknowledge it.
Are dying. Meanwhile, we've got this guy going on Facebook talking about critical race theory is a huge threat. Masks are the reason why kids are dying. What is going on here? Seriously. Like, I'm just trying to, like, the Confederate monument it being removed is giving up to bullies? Are you kidding me? They fought a war to enslave people. They kept people in slavery. And this guy's going to come up here and say, oh, don't get the bully. That's bullying. I'm just like, I'm looking at this, and this is just ridiculous. Everything going on here is a clown show. And all of you should be ashamed of yourselves. Including these guys over here with the Trump hat on. It's ridiculous. And that's all I have to say.
That is a good point. The only two black county commissioners are the ones that have masks on. Very good point. And so, now I want to be very clear. In the hour-long full county commissioner meeting, a lot of people echoed my sentiments. But I'll upload the full county commissioner meeting as well. But I had a run-in with the Trump hat-wearing grandpa in the hallway, and so that's another part of the saga. So, hold on for this.
Good job.
Sorry.
You know, you got a percent of blacks on slave too. Black souls and
I
black
don't care
souls.
all about what the fuck you're saying. Don't talk near me. Get away from me, please. Leave me the fuck alone. Go away. Go away.
Against Wayne now. Did Wayne leave?
So this guy comes up to me as the meeting is ending. He just starts talking to me. You know, 20% of blacks also owned slaves. Like, my thing about that, and this is why I decided to upload this as a video. The thing about that is, like, I really don't know what the fuck that guy's trying to say. Like, I really don't know what the fuck this guy's trying to say.
The guy's a dumb motherfucker. Like, he's been taught by a bunch of neo-Nazi people. He's a stupid motherfucker. And the fact that he thought he would tell me that, oh, 20% of black slaves, I don't give a shit. As if, oh, the slavery is automatically good now because some black people have slaves. Okay, whatever.
So, now, I don't know if the other people in the hallway are talking about me when they say that. The other people right across the hall are the Pasquotank Pack, a far-right, neo-Nazi-funded, conservative political action committee that is based around lying and smearing protesters and supporting things like, you know, like a being against mask mandates, anti-vaccine propaganda. So I think they're talking about me when they say that she's really something or whatever. I'm pretty sure they're talking about me because I was in the hallway and everyone could hear me calling these people dumb motherfuckers. Now, I want to be very clear. I was very close to calling them dumb motherfuckers at the actual commissioner meeting. I chose not to because I didn't want to get kicked out. I'm holding that one. Maybe I'll do it at another point. But either way, again, we got some dumb motherfuckers in Pasquotank County. We got some real A-grade dumbos. Now, I want to go back to this, like, 20% of blacks own slaves. Now, let's assume that's true. All right, 20% of the blacks, like, owned slaves in the 19th century. All right. And, like, what? Like, that's the thing. Is, like, I really, like, now, obviously, at the time, I told him, get the fuck away from me. I was in a small hallway. He didn't have a mask on. I just told him to fuck off. Like, get the fuck away from me. I don't care what you have to say. But, like, I really want to examine what the fuck this guy was talking about. Okay, so 20% of black people own slaves. Does that mean the Civil War wasn't about slavery? Does that mean black people weren't enslaved? Does that mean that the Confederate statue is good? Like, what is the takeaway from that? Like, that's what I'm trying. I'm scratching. And I was thinking about this for the rest of the day. Part of me wishes I let him speak to me just so I could get it. But, like, also, I didn't really want to be around him. And I was actually kind of triggered by the fact that even he was anywhere within, like, you know, like, breath's distance from me without a mask. I was kind of triggered by that. So I'm just, like, I'm fascinated by that. Like, 20% of blacks own... Now, I don't even think that that's true. I don't think that that's true at all. I'm pretty sure that that is complete fabrication. But let's assume it's true. What does that mean? I'm really trying hard here. Like, okay, so the blacks also own slaves. Therefore, we shouldn't remove the Confederate monument, like, 150 years later? Why, like, bizarre. But again, this is the absolute state of Pasquotank County. And, you know, I'm speaking on behalf of the public. I'm not fucking around anymore. Like, I was like, you know, I go in there, I'm improv. Like, you know, like, I do full-on improv. I could write a speech down every time, but I'm not going to. I go in there and I react to what people say. And so that's kind of my position. And so when someone talks before me about how removing a Confederate statue is succumbing to bullying, when the Confederate statue is upholding slave owners, what am I supposed to do there other than to just, like, brutally mock and harass this person? You really left me no choice. But either way, we got some dumb motherfuckers on the board of the county commissioners. And after we spoke, after the public comments, the county manager or county attorney, whichever one I forget, talked about how, like, they feel like they're under attack because people want them to do things they can't do. Like, they literally started being the victims. They were like, oh, people are so mean to us and we can't do anything. And then I asked them, hey, but can you wear a mask in a pandemic? And they just, like, completely, like, they all looked at me and then didn't say anything and then continued on with their soliloquy. And so, like, these motherfuckers are crazy. All of them, except maybe the two black fellas, because they had masks on, right? All of them are fucking garbage. Like, seriously. I want to be very clear, because I know it's a very high possibility that they're watching one of my videos at some point. I know they know who I am, right? And so I want to be very clear. They are human scum. They are shit on my shoes. They are trash. Like, I would rather eat garbage than ever be in a room with them in a social setting that doesn't involve me harassing them and tearing them down, because I think they are horrible people. They are the same people, the ancestors of these people are the slave owners. Their father's father owned slaves and fought to uphold slavery, and they're just following in the lineage because they're drones. They have no freedom of thought. For someone to go out there reposting PragerU videos talking about how vaccines are problematic and how masks are giving kids diseases, you need to be a dumb motherfucker. This guy goes on his Facebook page. He also thinks Donald Trump won the election. Jonathan Meads, County Commissioner Jonathan Meads, this guy. Hold up. This guy right here. He thinks Donald Trump won the election. If you go to his Facebook feed, it's a bunch of memes of when I'm dead, don't let me vote Democrat. And Democrat counting machines. You know, these guys are fucking ludicrous. They're disgusting emperors of evil, and they need to be treated as such. So, I'm becoming more and more openly antagonistic with them, and I'm sorry if that offends you, but fuck them all straight to hell. And so that's my commentary. I'm gonna go get a seltzer. So, hold the fucking phone, folks.